Hey guys, it's Valentine's Day and love is in the air. And what better is there to do on a holiday like this than talk about video games? Today, I'll be ranking all the companions in Fallout New Vegas based on, who would be the best Valentine. Yeah, thrilling stuff. While none of them are actually romanceable in the game, we're just gonna be pretending they are, so let's just get into it. But first of all, gotta say, we're only doing the humanoid companions. Obviously, Rex is off the table, like, come on. And Eddie, I'm not into a flying eye robot, so yeah, he's gone too. We're focusing on the more human people. For this, we're gonna be doing a tier list. The ranks are gonna be mine, best pals, as if, and just no. Those are all the messages on Candy Hearts except no, because there wasn't really one that went that harsh for it, understandably, but there needed to be that. We're gonna start off with an easy one, Lily Bowen. Lily's awesome. Everyone loves Lily. She's grandma, like come on. But yeah, because of that reason, she's a no. I'm not gonna do that to grandma. That's terrible. That's morally wrong. It's like incest. Come on. Terrible. Crazy, disrespectful. Why'd you even ask me? Like, come on. Also, in her companion quest, you have to decide if she's gonna take her medicine or not. And that's just a really, big power imbalance in the relationship. That's not okay. Not good for building a good relationship. So yeah, she's going straight down to the no category. Kind of a bummer to start on a stinker, but it's okay. Moving on to someone more complex. Arcade is real Gary. Despite his middle name, he's actually a pretty great character. Gathering the Enclave remnants is one of my favorite quests in the game. I love to see how the Enclave is just completely falling apart. And that was obviously never changed in any recent media adaptations whatsoever. No. Aside from that, when you first meet him, he's a pretty closed off guy who talks about how he's uninteresting and pretty boring. When you get to know him slowly, you see he's actually pretty funny, has some pretty good banter, and he cares about doing what's right, which is good. We see that through, he sees through some of the corruption of the NCR, but he knows, the Legion is not okay. He's not on board with that. That's a good thing. Also, you can recruit him with a confirmed bachelor, so we at least know he's partially interested. His voice actor's been on Connor Eats Pants' Fortnite Friday, which is what really makes him a unique character. Because of just all that random stuff I just threw out, I'm putting him in B mine. Important to state, I am straight. I swear. But for this, I'll be having to, hypothetically be bisexual. 100% hypothetically. Just for the role play here. Not in real life. Next up, we have everyone's favorite ghoul, Dean Domino. One of those three guys you're stuck with in Sierra Madre. Dean is quite the character. And can I be completely honest? I hate the guy. He's just so egotistical and annoying. He just gets on my nerves completely. He doesn't even have the charming, gravelly, ghoul voice that every other ghoul has, which really makes me upset. He's just the type of person I don't get along with whatsoever. I don't know what other people think about him. I haven't really talked to anyone about him, but I hope I'm not alone. In my opinion, probably the worst companion in the game. I did not even consider sparing him. I was ready to blow his head off. Although I don't feel like he's bad up for straight up no. I feel like there's a division between dating your grandma and dating a guy who just sucks. He seems like the guy you date and figure out, oh my gosh, I should treat myself better and hold a higher standard, He's like an evil ex. Because of that, I'm putting him right up above no, as if. Might as well talk about the other ghoul, Rawl. Out of all the companions, he has my favorite backstory. He's just a pretty cool guy. Whenever I think about him, there's this piece of art that Demos art made, which is one of the greatest Fallout artists I think I've ever seen. It's beautiful works of art. But how could you not like this friggin' Mexican desperado cowboy? Come on. If you did his companion quest and sent him back to being a mechanic instead of the cowboy, we're enemies, man. How could you resist that aura? Along with being generally awesome, he's also pretty witty and he's humble, which makes for a pretty good relationship, Few problems though. First, his age. So ghouls, they age kind of weird. In one boat, we got Cooper Howard, who's 200 something years old. He's still a 50-year-old man. It's fine. But then we have Rawl, who's constantly talking about his arthritis and how old he is, which obviously could be affected by his backstory, but, he's an old guy. Me personally, I'm not into old guys. This is my list, so I'm allowed to make those distinctions. If you're into old guys, make your own list. This one's mine. Along with that, Raul has lived a life full of heartbreak and despair. He's lost his family and his sister. He's lost everyone. I just highly doubt he'd want to add another relationship into his life that could potentially hurt him. I feel like that's just not all the mindset he's in. I don't think he's interested in the courier. He gives me the vibes of like that one old coworker you really get along with and just has some of the most insane lore drops ever. Because of that, I'm gonna put him in best pal. Moving on to Veronica. She's another companion that I like a lot. I mean, I think I like pretty much all of them, except for Dean. Dean's bad. This is just a good game with a lot of good companions. But screw Dean, you know? That's all besides the point. Okay, so she does come from a hyper-isolationist cult of tech weirdos, but like, she's on the right side of that. She's calling out what's wrong, and she sees past some of the like bad things. She wants to change it. That's always good, you know? Anyone who's played the game would know that. She's a pretty fun companion, and maybe her loyalty to the Brotherhood would translate to loyalty to you. Maybe? Who knows? I don't know. However, we got one major problem. She likes ladies. In case you haven't been able to notice, I'm a dude, not a lady. So I don't think it's gonna work out. May not be a problem for any of the ladies in the audience, but obviously it is for me. You know, I want to respect Veronica. A huge part of her backstory that helped her see through the lies of the Brotherhood is, you know, she was separated from Christine, who actually I should talk about right now. Christine's also pretty cool, but I mean, her whole thing is she's bent on revenge. Overall, she seems like a good person, but I don't think she's got time for you. Also, I just wish there was a way to reunite Christine and Veronica after the events of Dead Money. I just want to see it work out, you know? I want to see them together. Give me a happy ending. Yeah, neither of these characters are into the courier at all. Although, I do think it'd be fun to like, be a third wheel maybe. So I'm gonna put them in best pal, both of them together. Wiping off the final Dead Money character slash characters, Dog and God. Obviously, this ain't happening. The entire time he's your companion, it's basically a mental game. You're constantly debating him on why you should trust him and why it's okay, while also like having to like manipulate to make sure the right personality's out. I don't think manipulation like that is good for a relationship. There's just a really big mental imbalance, which is, it feels like a funny thing to say, but I mean, it's true. There's not much trust in this relationship. I don't think it'd work out. He is a really interesting character and probably my favorite companion in Dead Money, but like, it's not happening. While you do get to merge the personalities at the end if you do the right thing, it still doesn't feel right. Because of this, I'm putting him in as if. Cass is pretty funny. She has quite the personality. She is not afraid to say what she thinks whenever she wants. Sometimes comes off as a little rude, but I mean, that just makes her all more fun of the companion. In real life, maybe I wouldn't like her as much, but this is a video game. How can you hate the character that had the long Dick Johnson line? Also, this is a big factor. We know she's at least partially into the courier. How? Well, if you do like the one NCR ending, do her quest, and you're a dude, she'll say she was going into your room to celebrate after, but you weren't there. There was a different NCR guy there whose barracks got destroyed, and she still did it with him anyways. Generational fumble. Oh my gosh! I don't get it, man. I don't get it. It wasn't my, if I could have made the choice in the game, if I was allowed to control, at that point, things would have turned out much differently. Much differently. Genuinely sucks. Don't talk to me. I mean, she's a bit free-spirited when it comes to that type of stuff, but she was gonna celebrate with you, so I'd assume she's at least a little bit interested. Come on. She's funny, mostly mentally normal, mostly straight, and she's a woman. For me, that's really enough to make it into B- category. Last on this list is Boone. As a Legion hater, I love this guy. One of my favorite companions. Unlike a lot of the other companions, he's not really a funny guy. Sure, there's a little bit of it, but he's mostly serious, stoic, and all of that, which, I mean, it makes sense when that was already his personality, but then he had to, like, kill his pregnant wife so she would not be a Legion slave. That'll do it to you. Yeah. that hurt, you know? He's haunted by what happened and what he had to do, and he'd never let anything like that happen ever again. Which, I mean, thinking a little bit selfishly here, if you're wanting a strong man to protect you, keep you safe, he might be the guy. I don't think you'd feel safer in anyone's arms. Like, come on. Mortimer, that cannibal chef guy, does compliment him for being like in good shape and healthy, and he's 26 years old. He does have one negative though, in that he's not very intelligent. I think he's on the same level as Lily Bowen, but those intelligence stats don't make sense at all. Caesar's on like the same level as that one Morat, I think, or lower maybe. That's just doesn't make any logical sense. So I kind of ignore those intelligence values. Does not matter to me. This hunk of a man is 100% going into B mine. And with that, we have the final rankings. I feel like it's good, although looking at it does look a little racist. I guess they're not racist, but you know what I mean. You can't get mad at me for preferring regular humans over corpses and the Incredible Hulk. In the comment section, let me know if you'd change anything. Also, kiss, marry, kill, Lily, God, Marcus, go. If this channel survives next year, maybe I'll do Fallout 4 or something. We'll see. Thank you to channel member Hyperion for supporting me. Y'all, if you want to join him, go ahead. But even if you don't want to, subscribing is just as great if you're not already. I hope you all have a great Valentine's Day, but seeing that you're watching this video, I highly doubt you're in a relationship. Like, sub, hype. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.